All right. That was a formidable enemy from Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Having just beat the game literally yesterday, I thought might as well toss in a couple of my favorite songs in there. But yeah, hey, welcome back. I haven't done this in a while. I was gone all of last week, and I appreciate your patience with myself for being terrible. But we're back now, just in time for that Splatfest 3 thing, Splatoon, happening this Saturday, which we're going to be doing because, well, it looks like fun. But that's for later. For now, we're playing the old game, Splatoon 2. So let's just get going. Also, hello to all you. I see some familiar faces in here. There's HH, otherwise known as Mike, Poison Fox, Green Squid, Nick, Benzano. Hello, Benzano, Green Squid, and Kirby and Numu. It's good to see you all. Thank you for, once again being patient. And yeah, let's go forward towards our future. Spoon 2 then Spoon 3. But today I felt like just I didn't know what to play honestly, but I had fun with the Kensa slashing machine when we played it on Viewer Games a couple weeks ago. So let's just go with that. Why not? And sorry if I'm talking like I never done it before. I need to get back in the swing of things, you know. When I don't stream for a while, I miss it, and well, I'm actually getting worse. That's usually how that goes. I didn't do Viewer Games last Friday. I know, that's why I said 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I was gone. A lot of changes happening in the whole personal life. A lot of positive stuff, but yeah, things might be sporadic here and there. Just saying. What team am I going, and why is it Scissors? Well, it's not Scissors, even though Big Man is the biggest man. Why doesn't the biggest man simply eat the other squids? The biggest man. Oh god, how do I play this game? Oh good lord, how do I play this video game? But yeah, I'm going with Team Rock. I talked about it last time when the direct happened that I'm going Rock. Just cause why not? I gave my reasoning of like rock is one of my favorite genres of music. A lot of my favorite people I know are named Rock, like Rock Howard and Rock Man. And Rock and Stone. You guys know Rock and Stone? Deep Rock, Electric Rock and Stone? That's why I'm going Rock. I love video games. I didn't think that was going to work like that. Going to Florida in 24 minutes and 2 hours. Yeah, you were talking about that in the Discord. Why do you word it like that? 24 minutes and 2 hours. That's so bizarre. I'm alive. Because I thought you were saying that you were going in the next 24 minutes. Like damn, you better get going. Zam. Oh, that's a dynamo, lol. You're watching another streamer right now? Wow. I can't believe you're cheating on me. How dare you, Benzano? How dare you? The plot twist is that the other streamer is you. It was me, Austin. I'm nobody's hero. I tried to get the funny fizzy bomb combo. This is probably not the best weapon to be playing when my brain is damaged like more than usual. When I haven't played the game in over a week. It does bad things to your brain muscles. I can't see past the Rainmaker. I can't believe I lived. It's mine. He's right behind me, isn't he? Yeah. Saved my entire life. You made a shit ton of music too. And yeah, you preview. I remember a while ago, like a week ago, we previewed some of it to me. I'm guessing you've been making more of a sense. Well, looking forward to that and hearing the more Zedness that you got going on right now. Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Dwayne Johnson, Splat 3, not clickbait. Dwayne Johnson, Sweaty Smelly Jim, the new Splatoon 3 map. Don't enable me. Don't enable me. I'll start getting wacky. You wouldn't like me when I'm wacky. Like this Ultra Stamp. And those tenta missiles that my teammate let me run right into. Oh boy. Can't wait for those to return in Splatoon 3. I can't wait for tenta missiles to come back and to ruin my life again. Video games are fun. I miss playing this game, truly. I know I talk about how I'm ready to move on from it, go to Splatoon 3 and stuff, but it was honestly weird not playing this game for a whole week. Like, it's become so part of my routine at this point. You know, playing Splatoon Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and doing other things on the other 2 days. It's just so ingrained in my system at this point that it's weird not having it. I'm hoping I could, you know, be a consistent streamer dude for a while now. And for the near future, at least. Let's hope. Let's hope I know what's up. You finished 54 songs for the game. Wow. That's a lot of music. For no one man should have all this power. No one man's. That's pretty incredible. Considering you're like one of those lone developer types. That's extremely impressive. It's not like the music's bad either. I've heard it. You've sent me some of your tracks. Maybe it wouldn't be that impressive if it all sounded like clown vomit or penis music, but not penisy. That's my official review for Zed, not penisy. All right, it's not even out yet. These are the pre-release reviews. The Splatoon fans are restless, so that's why Splatoon 3 Direct this year. Yeah, basically. Have you guys? It's kind of fun. I don't even watch that many Splatoon like YouTubers, but oh, it's Big Man. It's pretty funny seeing a lot of videos on my recommendation where every single one of them is titled, "I'm worried about Splatoon 3. I'm worried about Splatoon 3. I'm worried about this game we know next to nothing about. It hasn't come out yet. Oh no, Dynamo Rooster there." But yeah, guys, I'm worried about Splatoon 3. I'm very worried about it. I've seen a lot of that stuff. It's probably a big reason why they released the Direct, because people were getting cabin fever. They're going to like The Shining. You guys ever see The Shining? That's going to happen for Splatoon players. That's what would have happened if they didn't release that Direct. It would have been tragic. So I'm making songs for the game in February. I don't know why I pronounced every part of the word. It does that. They've been at it for a while, huh? Do you think you're getting close to completing music for the game? How much would you say is left for you on that side? Am I close to affiliate? Yeah. Well, Twitch, when I logged in one day, is like, "Hey, you're close to affiliate." I'm like, "Hey, cool." Yeah. I don't want to get a swelled head or nothing, but I think if we keep going like we have been for the past couple of streams that we did on Twitch, then I think it's actually possible. That's kind of exciting, truthfully. Like, that's not the biggest goal for me when doing this. Is mostly just try to have fun and just, you know, hang out with people. You know, learn what I can about other wacky people in this clown world we live in. You know, introduce them to new games, have them introduce new stuff to me. That kind of fun stuff. That's the stuff I really like about streaming. But the fact that it's inside, now I really want to go for it. I don't know if that makes me into Wario, but, you know, I'm okay with being a little Wario-esque for now. Wario-like, you could say. War-like. Like Peppino from Pizza Tower. He's very war-like. Save the Mimi. Oh, man. It's just like that happened in that one video game. You're almost done with the Zen music. Oh, nice. Mario. Hello, Mario. Oh, good to see him, Mario. I would say I haven't seen in a while, but I haven't seen anybody in a while because I got the bad schedule. How you been, Mario? I see you've also been doing a lot of your own streams, which is pretty awesome. Hoping they've been going well for you. because they have not been going well for me because I just died to a Rainmaker. You have like 10 more songs. It sounds like you're on the final stretch, Benzano. Good luck with that. Because I don't know much about making music, but it can't be that easy. So I wish you good luck in your Z adventures, your Z ventures. I'm gonna die, but I'm taking you with me. If I go down, I'm taking you with me. You just finished Inscription right here and now? Oh, okay. That's cool. Inscription looks like a game I'd really enjoy a lot. What'd you think about it, Snake? Out of curiosity. Because that's probably going to be one of the games I want to play during Halloween Octoberland. Inscription. Inscription is definitely going to be one of the games I want to play during spooky times. Doing good? How about me? I'm doing fine. It's just that I haven't streamed for a week, and I'm getting fidgety. I'm getting fidgety, but I've also been playing a lot of other games off stream. Namely Xenoblade 3, because I don't shut up about Xenoblade. Y'all know how it goes. I also played Ace Combat, more of that. And, ooh! Spark the Electric Jester 3 I also played. That came out over the week. It's been good times. I've just been kind of chilling, you know, still streaming. Still having fun with it. The story is confusing. You love it. The gameplay is really fun. I don't mind a confusing story. In fact, that's one of the parts I kind of liked/disliked about Spark the Electric Jester 3. The fact that it's a result of the creator definitely watching too much Evangelion. I'll tell you that much. I'll talk about it more whenever I get to streaming it, but for a Sonic Adventure-like game with Devil May Cry combat, Spark the Electric Jester 3 is the best game ever. It's kind of a bizarre story, but I loved it about it. That's kind of one of the things I loved about it. Am I going to play Funny Cult game soon? Yeah, I'm going to play it tomorrow, actually. I'm going to start it tomorrow and probably play it also on Thursday. I want to figure out how to do the whatchamacallit, the Twitch-enabled. The Twitch-enabled stuff so that you guys could potentially ruin my life. Both in real life and in the game now. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Assuming I know what I'm doing, which don't make that assumption. Oh good lord. It's confusing the way that the story of FNAF is confusing. Oh, so it makes no goddamn sense though. I'm sorry, that was real. I don't know where that came from. That was a level 3 special out of nowhere. I was hoping he wouldn't come after me. Yeah, I'm assuming you mean you just kind of like piece your own stuff together, which is fine. I'm cool with that. I mean, it's a spooky card game. I don't think. How deep can it possibly get? The Inscription iceberg. How deep does it go? You know, probably really deep actually. Probably super deep. You come back. The Wi-Fi isn't great out here, but it's working. Are you in parts unknown, Kirby? Are you out there living your best life in other places on the planet? If you are, I hope you have the good internets, because well, that's not always a possibility. It's like when you go to a Wi-Fi and it says free fast internet, and only one of those things is true. It's false advertising that tells you. I'm just the best at the game. What? Oh man, how do you guys hope to stack up to me? Yeah, right. That's pretty lucky. If you can, you might be able to put Z on the Switch eShop? Really? What's the process for that? Don't you gotta like... Well, I don't know what it's about. You just gotta like go up to Doug Bowser and be like, yo, I'm gonna put my game on your Switch. Now that would be awesome. Be a good way to put out your feelers as much as possible, I suppose. It's deeper than you'd think. Oh. Well, I'm excited to dive into that whenever October comes around. One of the oh yeah, S+6. Look at that. I was barely paying attention. I'm talking to you guys. That is definitely one of the games I want to play in October, along with Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. That's on my computer right now. I just haven't gotten around to it. And Devil May Cry 1. Also something I'd like to play. What if Proto gets X rank? I wouldn't. I don't think so. I would not bet on that. If you're going to be betting money, you should bet against me. Otherwise, the house will always win. You don't want the house to always win because Mr. House is kind of a jerk. But he has good intentions. He's a good intention jerk. Mostly. You cannot stop me, except you totally can. You've been accepted to use Dolly 2. Oh, dude. Oh, I'm jealous. Dolly 2. I've seen some interesting things goings on about funny AI program. I can't believe I missed all my shots against that guy. You just had the power of God at your fingertips, Benzano. You understand? You have infinite memes. You literally don't have to write your own jokes anymore. That's right, you write them. You just use Dolly Mini. It's just like put in like Mario eating a Ritz cracker, and there you go. Funny times all around. You have infinite power. Unlimited power. Said Benzano has uses Dolly too. You should just put Jean Proto dice to a splat bomb in Splatoon too. I'm curious what that would think John Proto looks like. Also, who told you my real name? Oh my god! Oh god, who did this? Who told you this? You're out near the ocean. Oh, what are you doing near the ocean? I thought Squeeze couldn't swim. Yeah, that's not funny. Oh, but that's not gonna stop me. You're worried about Splatoon 3, video skips be like, hey guys, so I'm going to talk about the big topic now. I love Splatoon, play the first game. Yeah. Those videos are weird because like when you had, before the direct, there was like not really that much to talk about, right? Like you had that initial trailer, right? That has showed the Splatlands, but that didn't really show us that much about the game. I guess you also had that one gameplay that came out, but I'd argue that wasn't that much either. So I don't know. Maybe just because I don't think about Splatoon all the time. I guess like the idea of people just like being like, I don't know. Maybe I'm the weird one. But I just like the idea of people seeing like the Splatoon 3 gameplay and going like, oh no, this game's going to be terrible. That's kind of what I imagined when I saw every one of those I'm worried about Splatoon 3 videos. And people didn't say that about Cyberpunk, but I did. Because I'm smart. I got the superior intellect. I have all the dominant genes, Snake. I'm gonna die, Snake. Save my life. You're very excited for tomorrow's stream. I'm sure you are, Nulu. I'm gonna be starting a cult. Alright, I guess this will be my second cult. I'm already a streamer. They taught themselves to be a cult. I am actually pretty excited about playing Cult of Lamb 2 tomorrow. Seems pretty interesting. It's like Animal Crossing, except you're playing as evil. So it's just like Animal Crossing. I can't wait to start my own cult and to gaslight people to death. I've already talked about how I like to gaslight people over minor things, but now I get to gaslight people over major things like entire religions. What is the green guy doing? Why would Hannibal do this? Okay, if he died up there, that would have been amazing. You can swim? You can swim? All right, you can. All right, I forgot you're one of those swims. You're one of those swims. I sounded racist. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it to be. Splatoon 2 Ultra Stamp. Feature comment, Proto. I couldn't read it. It's too long. I'm your favorite streamer. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll try to do better. Well, I appreciate that, but you haven't been shopping around that much, let me tell you. I talked about it before, but if any of you guys watch like a German or a Vinesauce stream, I'll be put out of business. Yeah, like half my material from those guys. Go, baby, go, baby, go, baby, go. Oh, they're not fast enough. Very worried about Splatoon compares to the Call of Duty. Look, it's never gonna get like Call of Duty when like you don't open up freaking loot crates in front of other people in a World War II setting. I think if we get past that point in Splatoon, I think we'll be fine. If we could break through that barrier of opening up funny loot crates, getting Attack on Titan items, and shooting Godzilla in the penis, then we'll be fine. As long as it doesn't get to that point, we'll be okay. Also compares it to Overwatch. I actually saw people compare Splatoon 2 to Overwatch because of the dualies. They're like, oh my god, it's like Tracer from Overwatch. Dead serious, that's the thing I saw. Because they have two guns and they can dodge. Exact same character. I've come to accept that that's just how the internet kind of is. I've said that there is no original ideas, but like, anything will get compared to anything. Let me tell you. What if they have really not that much to do with each other? It's just one of the rules of the internet. There should be a rule about that. If it exists, it already existed before. Put some Dolly 2 images you made in Discord chat. I gotta look at those between games. Oh my god. I love watching those Dolly videos that people put out of like Mario trapped in solitary confinement, begging for his life. Those are my favorite kind of videos. It's Tom Nook's backstory. Oh no. Not Tom. It's Tom Nook. Cult of the Lamb is Tom Nook's backstory. It's all coming together. I can't wait to see funny lamb person in Animal Crossing New Movement Horizons. Whatever the next one's called. Whatever the next lamb cult. Oh my god. Whatever the next Animal Crossing is called. I can't wait to see lamb cult guy. John Lamb Cult in Splatoon 3. He's here. And when we play that game tomorrow, I'm gonna treat the villagers exactly like I treat my chat members. Expendable. Expendable, and they kill me a lot. How it's supposed to go. Dummy thick isn't allowed? Well, you can't put dummy thick in Dolly 2? Oh, why would... Literally 1984, why would they do that? I mean, I know why they did it, but I thought they were cool with whatever. Do you think it's ever gonna get to a point where like someone has to specify that they're like an actual real artist when they make stuff? Like, I didn't just get this from Skynet. I made it with my own two hands. I can't get the Luna. He's too powerful. You have to put in like your bio. Like, I don't use AI to create my commissions. I use my own two God-given hands. Now that's dystopian right there. My fizzy bomb. Like, there's quite a few dystopian things going on currently in our world as we speak. Like NFTs and the metaverse, but I don't know. Something about like that sounds like something out of like a Blade Runner sequel. Like, oh, it's one of those real artists. He uses paints and stuff to draw his images. I use Dolly 57 to get all my commissions. That's how I'm gonna. Twitch streamers of the future. That's how they're gonna get all their emotes. They're just gonna generate them with AI. Which I wouldn't be surprised if some people have already done that in some way. Like already. Future is bleak. That's why we must live for the now. We've done it. Save me, take me home. I'm alive. Except that person is also alive, and I didn't want them to be alive. Oh no, it's... Guess it's up to me now. Oh, my life. Dummy is censored on Twitch? It is? I know it isn't. Ben Zano just tapped it. Melting from radiation is allowed. Well, you can't talk about how thick thighs save lives, but you could talk about being radioactive. I feel it in my bones enough to make my systems glow. That you could talk about on Dolly Mini and on Twitch pretty easily. I don't want to set the world on fire. That you could talk about any day of the week. Oh, dude, you're so brave. But you're not there. You gotta be kidding me. I can't believe I lost to this scum. think little buddy is the villain of the story mode? What? No. What, little salmonid dude is gonna... Nah, yeah, probably. I wouldn't be surprised at this point. You know what? You don't know what my big prediction for Splatoon 3's story is gonna be? I fully believe that DJ Octavio is gonna get redeemed somehow. I'm dead serious because like every time he's talked about in like files and stuff, he's always like put in like a positive light. I legit wouldn't be surprised if they did that. That's my tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theories for Splatoon 3. And if it's wrong, then I could just go on a rant about why did you guys believe me in the first place? I was being ironic. I said all of that ironically. I wasn't being serious. Who says stuff earnestly? Who says stuff the dirtest earnestly nowadays? I don't. I'm a dirty clashing Claire. I cannot speak. Jesus. I didn't even do that on purpose. Something to do with dummy as an insult. But I call people idiot all the time. Am I gonna say I can't like put like little idiot floating in space if I were to gain access to DALL-E? Which how would I do that? Out of curiosity, how would I do that? I can't put little idiot floating in space wearing the diaper. I don't know. Why that part? I don't know. I'm just speaking I'm speaking for hypotheticals. Dummy censored on your end, but it's not censored in the chat. What? How does that even make any sense? They're not gonna hold a grudge against you if you're wrong about the story of Splatoon 3. Thank you, Fox. I almost called you Snake because I'm cool. But you should hold it against me when I talk about the future state of the world, and I'm wrong about that. So anyway, about that new election, no, that's not even a thing. All right, that wasn't so bad. We got to S+6. Good progress, I think. We're just playing for like half an hour, if that. Splatoon 3's the Zapfish is stolen. Go save it. Guys, the Zapfish, go get it. Yeah, exactly. I'd like to think they wouldn't do that for the third time in a row, but I don't know. Maybe the Zapfish getting kidnapped is like Princess Peach getting kidnapped. You know, the more things change, the more they stay the same. CJ. Yeah, I wouldn't. I guess I'd believe it. I don't want to believe it, but I'd believe it. I'm in Japan. Forgot how to swim. You also forgot how to play Splatoon. You forgot a lot of things. Dude, same. That's what happens when I took the week off from doing anything and play. I basically like played Xenoblade like it was the only thing I had in life. Which it was. And now that it's over, I don't know what to do with my life anymore. Oh, I'm so lonely. I forgot to check out Ben Zano's DALL-E images. No. Although truthfully, I am considering like what else I should play after that. After done with being Xenoblade. I'm probably gonna play that Soul Hackers 2. SMT Soul Hackers 2 that's coming out in like a week. I'll probably end up playing that off stream. I wouldn't mind playing it on stream, but I don't know how many people will be interested in that besides myself. So I'll probably just do it on my own time. Just noticed the creature in the bottom right. Oh, you just noticed Peppy? Yeah, I talked about before I went on break, I talked about those Star Fox 64 HD texture packs that you'd see for like emulators and stuff. And that was one of the images I saw. One of the videos I saw about that stuff. I should show you all the Star Fox members from that texture pack because they all are horrifying their own ways. I just think Peppy is the most horrifying one. It was a real inspired choice of whoever made that pack to give Peppy giant bulging like rare eyes, like rareware eyes. Lamau, you're alive. Lamau, you're not alive. It's scary stuff. Like Slippy looks like a real frog. Falco has really tiny eyes. Fox is like covered in blood. I swear to God he is. I swear to dog he is. I'm pretty sure General Pepper looks like he's kind of melting. Which I guess that is just how some dogs look, but you know. Doesn't have to be this way. Happy, long time no see. How dare you bring this info to us? Now you're gonna die probably. My brother already 100% in Xenoblade 3. I haven't 100%ed it yet. I still have some post-game stuff to do. But I think I did just about everything I can do in like the main game that isn't like, you know, you beat the game, but you didn't really, idiot. There's more stuff for you to do. That's what the game told me. And I'm like, okay. That's the state of my life right now. Is that I'm mostly done with it. But yeah, that's quite the video game right there. We're gonna die. Memento Mori. Memento Mori, Persona 3. The Zapfish is the Princess Peach of Splatoon, exactly. You think we'd get better security on this thing? Like it keeps getting kidnapped every like other year. Those gosh darn octolings stealing our Zapfish. Those gosh darn. I didn't do anything. Those gosh darn octolings stole the Zapfish that's powering my computer. And now I'm gonna rank down because of it. I'm Canadian, I guess. I don't know. I don't think that was a Canadian accent. Guys, quick question. I'm gonna die if you don't answer in the next 5 seconds, but I don't know where that came from. But what is the most like Canadian thing you can think of? I talked about this with like Italian words, but if you ask me, I think the most Canadian word out there is poutine. Like I hear the word poutine, and that's Canadian. It is Super Mario eating a Ritz cracker. Oh my god. That second one that you put in the Discord, the second one on the Ritz cracker, that looks like that can actually be on like an ad, like an old crappy ad when like Mario Brothers and like Donkey Kong was barely a thing. Mario from Nintendo melts from radiation. Real life photo. I like the interpretation of some of them just being like little toys of Mario, and the first one is just horrifying. Wow, the internet is scary. The internet is horrifying. The technology is terrifying. You said thing, not word. Don't switch it up on me. That's well, that's kind of what I meant. Is what word is the most Canadian? That's kind of what I meant. Is poutine is the most Canadian word. Like how cannoli is the most Italian word I could think of. Well, you've got very passionate about the Canadian question. Jeez, good lord. What was that two worlds collide situation going on there? Squeezer, why are you squeezing? Get out of here. I'm so dead. Maple syrup is pretty. It's Canadian. But that's not that Canadian. Like there's maple syrup everywhere. No, when I guess when I know that there's some Canadians out there that say cooter. And that's what I get for saying that. That's a pretty big Canadianism if you ask me, is cooter. Hey, you want to go get some cooters? I know what it means, but I'm just being horrible. That's pretty Canadian. Canadians are just like evolved Minnesotans. You know? Like, think of like Minnesota and how I'm an idiot. I think of like what an evolved like Minnesota would be if you gave them like an evolutionary stone. I think the final result would be Canada. Queen, we will rock you. Oh my god. It's Queen. It was made in heaven. SpongeBob. Please. Please, I just want to live. Show them on stream, John Guy. Well, I will as soon as I figure out how to do that. I'm like bad when it comes to OBS. It's not easy to show things right away. I gotta like look through I gotta download stuff, look through my files. I will have to show them though, because those images you put in Discord are horrifying, and I love them. You think they have femboy hooters in Canada? They got femboy cooters in Canada. Oh, I hurt myself today. They got the moose hooters. No, I'm sorry for any any Canadas out there, but while you're the hat and clearly the brains of the operation, while I am the rest of the body, because I am cheeseburger freedom man, while you guys are Canadian poutine mans. We are not the same. Not quite the same, but alike. Jesus saves, except he couldn't save me. Oh no, I said that. Michigan is mini Canada. Yeah. Borderline Canadian behavior you got going on there, Benzano. It's like Canada, but not quite. It's like how in Texas they got like Tex-Mex, you know. In Michigan, you guys have like amalgamations of Canadian Michigan ideals. You guys have poutine, but it has like cheeseburgers in it. Because cheeseburger is the only thing that America has. It's our main import. Our main export, I should say. I guess. Mountains, moose, maple syrup, lakes, you name it. There you go. It's pretty much the same thing. Except you don't speak French. Unless you do. In which case, I'm sorry. That works. Okay, I'm the big hero. Yes, sir. Remember, there are plenty of people out there exactly like you. In the world. Now go home and be a family man. Oh, good. You guys want to see some Canadian Splatoon gameplay? Here you go. Canada. Oh, I'm sorry, Canada. You also went to Quebec. Oh, how was I going to read that? Oh, my God. You went to Quebec on your trip. Oh, man, Quebec. That's like New York, but in Canada. You saw the French people. The French. Champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence. The French. The only thing I really know about French people is what Pepe Le Pew and David Cage have taught me. Not the best impression. Ow! I'm racist. That's what I deserve. I'm not convinced that the French are even real. Because the only French person I've ever seen that exists is David Cage. And those guys at Ubisoft. That's like all I know. That's all I've got. It's hard to speak to people there. You had to learn a bit of French. I actually kind of heard about that apparently people are kind of sticklery in Quebec about when it comes to speaking French. I've heard stories of people getting like legitimately upset at other people if you don't speak French, which is that's kind of horrifying. Why would you want to speak French? It's weird. It's a weird kind of like superiority kind of thing, I guess. I don't know what it is. Then again, I guess that's kind of everywhere in the world. There's always some idiots out there like, you need to speak the language I understand. Except replace that with a French accent. There you go. That's Quebec for you, I guess. What a time to be alive. I'm armed with the lost slot washing machine, man. I'm trying to live my life the way I prefer. The way I prefer is to not die. Don't kill me with your missiles, big idiot! Okay. Oh no, auto bombs. I'm gonna run directly into them. I'm all washed. This guy's all washed up. You guys want to see what a washed up streamer looks like? This guy's all washed up. Get this cavern roller out of here. Thank you. Oh. That roller walked so that I could run. I'm more than powerful enough to punch your lights out. I'm dead. Never mind. You know what my New Year's resolution for Splatoon 3 is? I'm gonna stop playing the how good's your aim game. I always do that when I'm fighting against a sniper. I always think to myself, oh, good dream. And 9 times out of 10, it's good enough. It's good enough to take me out. So maybe don't do that anymore. And hope that maybe when the few times in every 5 years, whenever I play Sniper, they do the same for me. And respect my intelligences. Except don't do that, because that leads to less kills. The French! Oh, we're both idiot. But I got the cool angles. No, I don't. Oh. Okay, we're fine. And Josh's ordered us to take you down. Yippee! Darn it. Pino. I just got killed by somebody named Pino. How am I supposed to live with myself after this blunder? How am I supposed to live knowing that I could have saved that squid's life? How am I supposed to live knowing that I'm the sickest Splatoon player? No, I shouldn't have said anything. I get what you deserve. Oui, John Proto. Eastern streaming in this moment. Yes. Yes. If you want to speak... I'm really going in on this. I apologize for anyone that's French, but that's your problem. But I'm really just like going in on it. I was about to say that all you need to do, if you want to communicate with people in Japan, all you gotta do is just speak like the spy from Team Fortress 2. It's not exactly, French, but they'll get your intentions. But petit chauffeur. That guy actually was French. That was a bad example. Never mind. This tangent's going nowhere. All right, I'm playing Splatoon 2, and there's auto bombs everywhere. I'm making awful noises. You guys know how it goes. Welcome back. It's fragments of time. I lived. No, I didn't. I did the opposite. French. Yep. That's how you do it right there. That's a real French-Canadian moment right there. You'll blend in just fine, Benzano. Even though you already went on your trip, you'll bend in the big pink machine. Oh man. I'm getting too used to streaming now. I'm saying dumb things again. Did you guys like that first half hour of the stream where I sounded like a real human being? I didn't. I just lose to somebody that fell off the side of the road. You said it's so English, like. Oh. This ain't close enough. English, France, it's all the same in my book. That's what true equality is not knowing how to speak other languages and assuming that they're all the same. Yes, landed directly on top of it. Yes. I apologize. I apologize for that entire round. Just the things that were said, the game that was played, all of it. Not my finest moment. Lola Lamau, I'd even go as far as to say. I don't think I'm that good with this weapon on this mapping. Is Restream still being garbage? Oh no, I just stopped using it. I talked about this on Friday, but I just kind of... I'm just streaming on Twitch now. This is what I'm doing. The Restream is probably fine. I haven't checked it, but it's probably fine. I just don't use it anymore. Prefer to focus my efforts on Twitch going forward. Twitch man only, it seems. Yep, that's me. I'm Twitch man. I'm John Twitch Space Marine. I'll get you where you need to go for a price. I'll get you where you need to go. It's not much, but it's honest work. That's me. I liked using Restream a lot, but, I talked about that Twitch is, my preferred platform and all that. I always talk about that because I am a record-scratching broken record. And, since we are approaching the ability to become affiliate Andy, And we might as well, we might as well go in and see what happens, you know? Why not? So I am still uploading VODs onto YouTube. Any VODs that happen on the channel are still being put onto the YouTube channel. It's kind of like a live archive kind of thing. It's kind of cool because I'm still like making thumbnails and stuff for the YouTube side of things. And like kind of a fun hobby, like, you know, besides streaming is like working on stuff like for the stream. Stuff like thumbnails and arts. Even though I'm not, well, graphic design is my passion, clearly, but I don't know, it's fun making that kind of stuff for the stream. It makes me feel like I'm doing stuff to make it a little better every day, you know? So I do enjoy working on that kind of stuff. I just kind of wish I had more of a drive to make more like videos, like non-stream videos. You probably see on the channel that I did that a lot before I started streaming. I played a lot of TF2 and a bunch of other games. I'm kind of considering going back to kind of doing that, but I don't know if I'd do that much TF2 anymore. Like, I still enjoy the game well enough, but I think I'm at a point where I don't want to commit too hard to anything like that. That being said, though, I think it would be fun to make, like, sometime do a video on, like, Open Fortress. I was planning on doing that before I stopped, you know, doing a whole lot of YouTube stuff. But I might still do that, just because that seems fun-ish. Ow! He bumped me. Ow! Doing the Wurzel. You're doing the usual, working on Zed. Doing gadge work. Because you're the god of Zed. That's going well for you, Benzano, and that my dulcet tones. Next time I do an awful French accent, hopefully it's not too awful for you. And make you still focus. Cool name! But yeah, I kind of figured that if I were to go back to... Oh, there's Splatoon DC'd. Wow. Splatoon. Oh, perfect timing. If I were to go back to making more YouTube stuff, then I'd probably just kind of do whatever. Like, I don't think I'd stick to one particular thing and probably just do whatever I feel like. Sometimes I like browse on like Steam or the Switch and see just a bunch of really random games I've never heard of. I'm like, you know, I just kind of want to check this out for no reason. I don't know. That could be a fun thing to do on like the YouTube thing, is just do literally whatever. Whatever comes to mind. I think that could be kind of fun. Just not care, you know. I already have a bit of a system going on the Twitch, you know, with Splatoon and streaming other games throughout the week. I'm really glad that person killed me because I was about to jump right into the lake with my splashdown. You saved me from so much embarrassment. People probably would have clipped me. You saved my life. You killed me in the game, but you saved me in real life. Hasn't been much new on the main game. You've only been working on songs for the past 2 months. That's fine. Well, you do what you kind of do as a single developer with alimony paychecks going out. A funny joke, but that's got to be a lot of workload to go on one person. Is like making an entire, just the full package on your own. Beep. There's only so much you could do as a single developer out there in the world. It's hard, but it's worthwhile, you know. You guys get the joke? I'm equating game development to fatherhood. You guys get it? I get it. Son of a cuss word. feel bad. I feel bad for this team. Their dueling was just there. It was just dead the entire time. They've been gone, done and dusted in the trash for the entire match. And here I am talking about YouTube. Who even likes YouTube? I don't. That's why I don't stream there anymore. It's a sad story. It's a sad yet familiar story. Just like me not getting any kills in the video game. Now that's a sad but familiar story right there. If you ever heard of Spelunky, you should have played on stream. I play Spelunky. I haven't played the second one yet, but it's a fun video game. It's not my cup of tea. It's not my favorite roguelike out there. I played it for a little bit, thought it was, you know, fine, but haven't really played a whole lot of it. Haven't beaten it or anything like that. I do like roguelikes a lot. Roguelikes a lot. If I could speak properly. Some of the most played games I have on the Switch are roguelikes. Stuff like Binding of Isaac, Slay the Spire, Monster Rancher, or not Monster, Monster Train. Turns out there's a lot of game with Monster in front of it. And Hades. A lot of those are some of my favorite games on the thing. But Spelunky, I don't know. Maybe I just need to play it more. So last time I tried it out, it didn't click that much. I don't know. Maybe there's something to that there video game. But I guarantee you that if I started streaming at any, you know, sooner points in like the last decade, or yeah, and by last decade I mean the one that came before this one because they're in a new one. Oh my god, I'm old. And I probably legitimately have been like an Isaac streamer. Like I probably would have played a lot of Binding of Isaac on stream. And like probably, you know, played a lot of that. If I streamed a little earlier in my life. Because I was really obsessed with that game for the longest time. I was very much in love with that game. Played it pretty much every day of my life, all day, every day. It's a good video game. It doesn't get old. It's one of those easy to return to kind of games, even if it's kind of difficult. A little bit. That's good times. It's good times all around. Have you heard of Enter the Gungeon? I have also played Enter the Gungeon. Yeah, I enjoy roguelikes. Oh, I guess we won. Radical. Yeah, I played Enter the Gungeon. It's fun enough. I've sort of won a run of that game. I know you gotta like jump through hoops so you can kill the past. But I haven't really done that. I'm just gonna say I won a run of that game and leave it at that. That's also pretty cool. I kind of wonder though if I would enjoy that more if I like played on a controller, played it more like a twin stick shooter. Zed is a roguelike, by the way. Oh, I did not know that actually. I couldn't really tell by the gameplay video I saw. I thought it was just like a side scroller, like almost Metroid thing, I guess. Well, that's gonna be cool. Roguelikes are one of those genres that I don't know. It's one of those games where like I gotta commit to playing a new roguelike because like those kinds of games can take over your life very easily. I think I have like a slight addictive personality because a lot of the roguelikes I played, like besides Spelunky, that one's kind of the outlier. I usually play them a lot, get really addicted to them. Heck, over the week, Into the Breach was the game I played a lot. I'm really bad at it, but it's fun. That's another roguelike. It's just an addictive genre. I thought I had Inkstorm for some reason. I'm pretty sure Cult of the Lamb is roguelike. I think I saw that on one of the tags of like the funny Steam review thing. I don't know why it's funny. The whole world's funny. I'm curious what that game is all about, because I've seen people play it, but like there's like one half of like, you know, Animal Crossing Stardew Valley style like city builder stuff. I don't know if that's the right word for that, but you know what I mean. But then the other half is like doing like combat and dungeons and stuff, which I'm really curious about that. I hope that both parts of the game are cool, and it's not like, why am I in this dungeon when I could be playing with when I could be sacrificing my I almost said viewers. Oh my god. What am I doing here when I could be sacrificing my you know, my villagers to Gilgamesh? That's not an elder god, whatever. You know what I mean? I sacrificed it to Sataniel. I sacrificed my villagers to Sataniel. Which is not that far off from a real demon's name. Or like if I'm like doing the city stuff, I'm like, why am I playing this when I could be doing the fun dungeon stuff? I hope that's not the case. That person dipped. That person dipped like you wouldn't believe. We'll see. I think I'm mostly excited about Cult of the Lamb because of the Twitch interaction stuff. The most I've seen of that is, I can't believe I lost to this scum. Most I've seen is when I saw Vinny Vinesauce play it, his chat members destroyed every bed in his village and basically ruined his entire playthrough. So I'm excited about that. Just mess me up. Just destroy my entire life. I'm just saying. When I played games like that on Twitch, when I saw people do like Twitch enabled stuff, I would always be the kind of person that would vote against the streamer, do stuff that would harm them. So it might be time for karma to come collect her debt when I play a game like that. So I won't dislike anyone either way if they decide that. But you know, if you end up in the cult, well, you know, we'll see how it goes. Also, hello there, Pizza Lord Alt. Why do you have an Alt, Pizza Lord? Well, that doesn't make any sense. Unless you're an entirely separate person named Pizza Lord who happens to have Alt in the name, in which case, what a wonderful world. Well, thanks for joining us either way. Whether or not you're the real one or not. I guess I'm confused. But thanks for dropping by either way. Whether or not you're a real person, I'm not a real person. I can't believe you've done this. How you doing, Pizza Lord? How's the family? Is your alt account because rip your main account? What happened to your main accounts? Did you get banned for drawing penises on that clicker thing that streamers will do? Did you get banned off of Twitch? You're on a new phone. You don't have to. That's not how accounts work. You're hurting my brain. Oh my god. You can log into your same Twitch account without making a new one when you have a new phone. What do you mean? I'm lost. I'm legitimately lost right now. That doesn't make any sense. Save me. Yeah, leaders. Yeah. We got killed by a person named Edgelord. Can you believe this? How am I supposed to how am I supposed to live with this new knowledge if we got killed by Edgelord? I was doing pretty good with this weapon when we were playing, what was the other mode? I don't even remember. This might not be my ideal tower control weapon, I'm starting to believe. Rainmaker, that's what we were playing, right? Like Pizza Lord, I'm being real. You didn't have to make a new account to log into your stuff. That's not how that works. You're giving me the brain hurt, and I already have enough of the brain hurt as it is. Oh well. Ah, well, yeah, you're just... You'll live your life the way you want, I guess, even if it makes no sense to me. I'm glad you're here either way, to see the return of me. How triumphant, truly. Just to see me play this cancer weapon very poorly. And that was Kensa with an ER at the end. I didn't say I didn't say anything else. That sounded like that. Is that a joke people have made into the Splatoon community? If they haven't, then what are they doing with their lives? The flame goes on. The flame does not go on. Never mind. I like to think I at least scared him. You know, I scared him real good. Oh, pizza fizzy bomb. I almost called a pizza bomb. That's a good name for a band. Pizza bomb. Wow, this thing is just wiping people out. Please. Tell me about the good old days. I am the biggest, not smart in the world. Oh, wow. I thought all the missiles were gone. They were not gone. You gotta be kidding me. That went up way higher than I thought it would. Hey. I didn't think that was nearly enough height to get up there. Oh no. I've been exposed like that guy. Fizzy bomb. Yes. Hey look, it's Fry. Whose name I thought was Fire. F-Y-R-E. It was not that. I just can't read. Oh my god, they're everywhere. I'm everywhere. Oh no. Oh my stomach ulcer. It's exploding. Wow. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. I hope I didn't just kill my team. I did. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I killed my own teammate with my own missiles. Oh, what a sad story. That's like Greek mythology level of tragic story. It's like the dude who couldn't look behind him or else he kills his wife. Yeah! Greek mythological level failures going on right now. Welcome back, Benzano. You didn't miss much. I died a lot. My bad jokes. What you come here for? I'm gonna live. I almost said I don't want to live. That doesn't make any sense in the current context. SpongeBob, please. SpongeBob, you must not let them get the tower. Otherwise, I will have to go back to taking ketamine. And then I'll probably overdose and die. Ark. Psychic attack! That didn't work. My psychic attack didn't work. More stolen jokes. Hey! Please don't let them get the thing. No. Please. Please. Don't let somebody named Brandon collect the tower. Collect it. Please. Get up on the Hydra's back. Yes, I'm going home. My dad's coming home. We did it. What a roller coaster. What an awful roller coaster of emociones. What an awful roller coaster of brain chemicals. You guys want to feel some brain chemicals? I don't, but I felt them all over the place during that match. Disgusting. Makes me sick. You know what I should do? I should re-roll this hat. This hat is disgusting. I don't even, what even is good gear for the slashing machine? I don't know. I just went with this because I don't know what else to do with my life. I don't even know what good gear is for slashing machine. Kent's slashing funny. We will rock you this Saturday. Oh, that's what they were doing. They were doing a thing for Team Rock on Saturday. Yes. Oh, man, it all makes sense now. Oh. You didn't do a challenge where you make a game with 3 games where you take your ideas. Don't take my ideas. That's all I have. That sounds kind of interesting. However, whatever kind of amalgamation that might turn out to be, whatever ungodly horror that may turn out to be, taking the ideas of random idiots on the internet. But it might get a mild chuckle or two out of either yourself or somebody else in the world. And is there a more pure reason to do anything than to get a mild chuckle out of it, or to maybe make something legitimately cool out of it? I don't know. What's the idea you have for this funny game? Right here, how about I give you a base? I don't know any real concepts behind it, but I'll give you like a base to go off of, and I'll get it's like what Tommy Wiseau said the room he was gonna have in the room, but your game should be about a vampire car. Whatever you do with that, whatever you do with the concept of a vampire car is up to you. You are the creative mind of here, and I'm just stealing jokes from Tommy Wiseau. Whatever happens, happens. Whatever we can make out of that. Just that one main idea, I guess. We'll see. That person had some good aim. There was a Hydra right behind me. All right. Yeah. Good luck, Benzano. Ride your vampire car into the sunset. Whatever that might entail. I don't really know. Throw the vampire, Denny! Don't kill me, please. I only have... I'm 1 week from retirement. Man, I hate when the sculptures can aim. I hate when the sculpture is... Kill it, please. Okay. What style? 8-bit, I guess. 8-bit vampire car. That's another band name right there. Oh no! A table. It's bloke. They're gonna live forever. I'm gonna ride my 8-bit vampire car into the sunset. Do I want it to be a grim game? I don't know. I don't know. The idea of you trying to make like a serious like dark game out of a vampire car Maybe I do want that. You know what? Go for it, Benzano. That sounds like it would hurt the brain muscles a little bit, so it sounds perfect. Yeah. Hydra. I should be able to shed real tears at the vampire card game. That's your homework for the evening, I guess. Hydra. Well, now I'm curious to see what you do with all this this newfound information, Benzano. All this newfound power you now wield. Whatever comes with it, I'm sure it'll be certainly something. That much is for sure. That much is for sure certain. Rollers. Man, I can't wait for Splatoon 3 when they completely remove the roller class of weapons. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be huge. They're not gonna do that. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge. I don't know. This feeling I have, it should only be given to me by the card game. Card games on motorcycles. Didn't save it. I tried. But I failed. Just like the rest of our team is. Never mind, that guy's doing pretty good. All right, we're doing it. We don't got that much time left, but I ain't got time to die. But I'll make time. I'll make time, Gersh, darn it. Yes. It was worth it. It was worth tunnel visualizing that Hydra. So that nobody else has to deal with their Hydraness. I absorb all the hydrogen. We're doing it. No, we're not doing it actually though. Here we go. Go, idiot. Oh. How is this even how? Oh god. I'm gonna pass out just like we played Bayonetta. How does that oh man, this game is dumb. You ever not play a game for a week, you come back to it and you realize, man, this game is dumb. I think I just had that moment right there. The Splatoon 2 moment. What a world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Amazing. Amazing stuff all around. Star. I was concerned for a moment there that we were the last 5 people on Earth. Or 7. I can count. Never mind. I'm just gonna stop there. But you prove that you no longer have the ability to count. What's there left for you? What's there left for any of us, really? When I can't count. Nothing. That's what's left. Pearl. At least I think that's what that was. Currently working on the funny game. How's the funny game gonna play? Genzano? Benzano. What do you think is gonna be the main gameplay loop of the grim 8-bit vampire car game. How do you top-down RPG? Oh. I think that's what I consider thinking outside the box, because when I hear vampire car, I probably assumed like racing game. But that's a real innovation right there. I think the world's ready for the very first car-like RPG. You turn your steering wheel all the way to the right for more special moves. That was a perfectly thrown fizzy bomb. You pass in front of my teammates. Okay, we're fine. Car RPG, car RPG, car RPG. You could even say. Car RPG. You wish to carpi. You want to carpi. It's a new genre being invented in chat right now. New genre of Vinomo games. That person just like forget I existed. Because he shouldn't. You say my entire life. I'm eternally grateful. I was just a lure. Your little boingy boof pixel art characters you made a character, so you might use them. Boingy boof. What are these words you're saying to me? Is that like people on Smash Twitter like think that like Scrimblow Blimblow is like the peak peak comedy? Is that what's going on right now? It's another one of them Scrimblows. Something. Am I an old man? Yeah, I am. Boingy boof. Unless that's the name of a character, which who would do that to their child? It's a Vinesauce Joel thing. I got you. I don't know. I can't keep up with all the Joel brain damage. There's only so much I know about throughout the years. I can't keep up with all the brain damage out there. There's just too much to go around, you know. There's a lot of it. And it's not in short supply either. Modern Joel. Oh, is it like a Sonic Generations thing where we can where we can split up Modern Joel with Classic Joel? And people prefer how Modern Joel plays? Is that what we're doing right now? Varg Skeletor Generations. Where when you play as Classic Joel, you get Granddad. But if you play as Modern Joel, you get Boingy Boof. Another way to say friend, basically. Everything's another way to say friend, basically. Alright, I'm calling you out, Varg Skeletor Joel. All your jokes are another way of saying friend. Yes. Yes. I know what this voice is. Great entertainer, that fella is. Joel is a lot like Homestar Runner or like YouTube Poop, where if you watch too much of them, then your vocabulary is permanently damaged beyond repair. But you know what? It's fine. It's good for a couple of laughs. When you're in a situation where you're talking to real actual people in the real actual life, you say some random Joel type thing, and they just look at you like you're actually brain damaged. Now that's the kind of scenario that I dream of when I hear some random jerkwads yelling "Granddad" in like public spaces. That's what I think of. Or that one guy who was yelling about Pickle Rick at a McDonald's that one time. I have no idea what I'm saying. So I'm kind of I'm not even tired or anything. I'm just this is who I am. 12,000 followers. Yay. Yes. It's all another way for Joel to further take over our brains. Permanent brain damage. You're so screwed. I got a good one for you. I got a good one. Wow. You know, the guy just camped the crap out of that sniper. Like, we didn't even push it. We didn't push the tower even a little bit. We just camped the sniper. Me and that other guy. That was so dumb. Why did we do it like this? Why do we... Why? Nice. We got the angles. Person's so dead. This person's not so dead, actually. I lied. I'm a huge liar. It's worth it. I chose poorly. No, I didn't. Are you alive, my friend? Why are you alive, my friend? Why can't I aim, my friend? Oh my god, I can't hear people that aren't looking at me. Oh my god, it's just like... That happens in every single shooter, I swear to god. Even like when playing TF2, you can't... If people don't know you exist, you can't hit them. It's just not possible. Alright, that's what I declare. I declare that that's an impossibility. Ah. Meh. Joel generations. You go back to old classic levels like Windows Destruction, and you go to new levels like Brazil. It's my new video game I'm creating right now on stream. As the razor blades go down my throat, apparently. That's what that sounded like, I guess. Yes. One booyah bomb is all it takes. All you need is one booyah bomb to make good things happen in your world. Joel Generation is not a bad idea, NGL. No, it's a terrible idea. Oh. Why did I do that? My bomb. Oh. How'd that even work? What would modern and classic Joel even play like? Would it just be Sonic? Would it just be Sonic? What would even classic Joel look like? I guess he'd have hair, huh? Yeah, I guess that's the difference. He wouldn't be a bald Viking man. He'd be a hair metal Viking man, you know? That's probably how that works, right? Whoa, hair metal. Whoa, that boy ain't right. Okay. Lamau, blah blobber. 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 It's my new song. I will not be told where to stand. I will not be told what to say. I gotta get out of here. save me, take me home. No. Yeah, that's what happens when you play Jorble Generaciones. That's what happens. That's what happens. I didn't do that bad. Ah. I must redeem myself after these terrible failures that we have witnessed. But you know what? I just want to play tabletop turf war. Top tours. You want to know how I get these scars? Tabletop turf war is the game I want to play right now. Stupid face. Oh, dude. Fab Watch. I can't believe he's here. God, this is Fab Watch. What a hero. Certified hood classic that guy is. That's a real one right there. Alright. I'm lost in this world. Okay, let's go. Oh man, we haven't played on this map in forever. I legit forgot what the other map in the rotation even was. Jeez. Well, that's something I hope they fix when 3 comes around. The ability to actually play on other maps. Now that'd be amazing. That'd be real innovative. That'd be very innovative. I'm alive! Somehow. Let's keep it that way. You can't hide from me forever, SpongeBob. SpongeBob. I must protect stupid face. No. Oh, funny number. We got the funny number. All right, all we gotta do is make sure that they don't get any more points and that we continue to have the current amount of points that we currently have. That will be golden. I wasn't quick enough. I was the E leader. Okay. I was about to say, it kind of looked like I was safe out of the realm of possibility. But pretending that like the E leader's a good weapon. Get out of here. Quit lying to yourself. I gotta stay here. Using my fizzies. And I gotta get out of here. SpongeBob. Why there's so many missiles? I'm alive. Oh no. Lamau, E-leader. Okay, I cannot aim. I don't know why he ran directly into that. What am I doing? He's gaming? No. That can't be. That's not possible. Impossible. It's not possible. You're awful at making cars. Benzano. Nobody can really make cars. Why do you think they crash all the time? Break down and stuff. The people that claim that they know how to make cars are just lying to themselves. Leave me alone! No. Well, what's the problem with the car, Benzano? Is it the vampire part or the car part? That's the... What part of the car got lost in translation here? You know what it is? It's the idea of making a top-down car. You're not just making a car, you're making a car that's meant to be seen from space. And that's harder, I'm pretty sure. He looked like he was far enough away from that. I don't know why that killed him. We're fine. We're not fine. Oh my god, how did I get so jaded? I'm alive. I got bruised and beaten. But I'm a fine. I'm a fine. Where are you? Where are you? No, not the rain. They were fine. The Maui leader. We're doing it. The car looks deformed. Oh no, did I get into a car wreck? That's not good. You gotta exchange your insurance informations now. Don't do that. Please don't let this happen. Thank you. It can't look that bad. Cars aren't even real. If you truly think about it for 5 minutes. It never happened. Nope, not this time. Never happened. Hey, we made it. So, like, if you think about it, any car you make is gonna look fine because cars are only in our imaginations. You know what game can really use cars? Splatoon. Now imagine if they tossed Splatoon 3 out the window and instead of doing that, they put them all in cars, made a bunch of racetrack, and that's one singular racetrack, and they called it Splatoon Kart. Now that's the game I'm really looking for. That's the real game I'm looking for. Screw Splatoon 3. That's what I want. That's what I want out of this life. Can't believe one of our person is dead. One of our person. Oh. I'm in a bad spot. I'm in a good spot. There we go. We're doing it. Drive the car, Denny. Think I'm just gonna ignore your existence while I am? The Skyrim belongs to the Nords. Oh, Nautilus, you once again have ruined my entire life. Will you help me? Kill this baller. Can you help me? I was gonna go swinging. I was fully prepared to jump into the lake if it meant that person. You're gonna be okay, right? Spider-Shot Jr., is your sandwich burning? Did Ronald McDonald revoke your bandwidth rights? Oh no. Oh. Oh, that guy might not be okay. Oh, that boy ain't right. This boy ain't right. I don't expect it, anyone. Please. What is that person is not playing right. I don't know what's happening with that person. They were just like leaving. They were launched all over the place, and I just don't know. Is our NZAP just sitting in spawn all day? Not our NZAP, our junior. I saw them shooting their weapon. So that means they're alive. Are they just literally standing there? Okay, that's turns out brain damage exists everywhere in the world, not just in viewer games. It appears that everyone that plays Splatoon is slightly brain damaged. I'm starting to learn. Makes sense when you really think about it. It just makes too much sense. It just makes too much sense. Oh, he's actually moving around and doing stuff. There may be hope for us yet. There may be hope for us yet. Never mind, there is no hope. There is zero hope to be found anywhere. You don't know how to make a vampire car, so the next best thing is a normal car. Coward. You're a huge coward, just like this junior we're playing with. Oh. Yeah. I don't know. What's the hang up, Benzan? All you gotta do is make a car with vampire-like qualities. What's the issue? How can it be so hard to make a car with vampire qualities? It can't be that hard, right? Can't be that hard. It will not be a knockout. At least, despite the fact that we were basically playing a 3v4. Why? The position the car is in weird, but you'll try. I believe in you, Benzano. I guess. I don't know, do I? I don't know. I think they did that just for fun because they knew there was no way we're coming back from that, but I like to think they didn't do that on purpose. I like the version of that story better where that person did that was not intentional. Some players disconnected early on. What? But they didn't disconnect. They were there the entire time shooting at... Wait, I'm confused. Because they didn't leave. Unless somebody else on the team didn't, I didn't notice. Well, now I'm just confused. Well, now I'm just really confused and don't really know what to believe anymore. I have no more ideologies to believe anymore. I thought I did, but now I'm just lost. I'm lost in the sea of squids and inks and Splatoons that we call Splatoon 2. Yeah, I don't know how to feel anymore. I just don't know how to feel about anything anymore, really. Oh, you lost connection with the consoles. It's not responding. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Darn it. Oh, Splatoon. You never get old. Except when you do. And you're aging like milk. Sourdough. That's a good name. Pretty sure that one guy who says spin in a funny voice is named Sourdough. Sourdough, please. Alright, let's continue. I might consider switching weapons. This was really helping me out during Rainmaker, but tower control ain't really doing it for me. Tower control, I'm starting to feel a little iffy when it comes to this weapon. It's probably just me. Like, let's not blame tower control. Like, there's a lot of failures are my fault, but I don't know. I got armor. Why am I being so coward? Oh, that's why. That's why I'm being so coward right there. That explains a lot about myself, actually. I feel like I now know more than I ever have. I hit them twice, but it wasn't enough. Maybe someday I'll contribute to this match. Maybe someday, but that day is not right now. Whoa. Help me. Oh my god. Okay, guys. We'll get him next one. That's a hammer. Yes, we've killed a person. We've done it. No. It didn't last forever. A feeling. It's a fleeting feeling. The fleeting of how quickly a life is lost. A singular strike. Yeah, throw it at him. Ow. I'm kind of dying, Squirtle. I'm kind of dying a little bit, Squirtle. Squirtle. Change the world. My final message. God, so it's... You know, I keep looking at the the OBS sometimes. I forget that I put Peppy there. I legit forget that I put that horrifying Peppy thing there. It was worth it. I'm getting the sickest angles right now. Oh my god. Oh, I'm the coolest. No. I needed to aim slightly more to the right there and I would have gotten the double. Would have gotten the double kill. Double. Double kill. Double. Double. Okay. Kill on Sourdough. You first try, idiot. Yes. No. No, fly away, tower. I was actually looking at the wrong side of the team. I thought, wait, we're all alive. Wow. I can't see color that well, I guess. Yes. I don't know. I don't know about this one, Rick. Gee, I don't know. Let's just go. Wasting too much time being cowardly. I can't believe that worked. I can't believe that worked. I've ran out of ammo. Oh. Trace Lusher. Oh no, it's only the E leader. We got the lead actually. Oh my god. How? We got it by 1 point. Oh my god. Okay, we gotta hold it now. Yeah, panic a little bit. Panic a little bit. That's what I want from you. I can't believe we actually did that. Under no circumstances did we actually deserve that win, but well. Well. There you go. Done? Benzano. What do you mean, done? What do you mean, done? There's no way that you completed the funny vampire car game in one like half hour or so. I'm lost track of time. I'm lost track of time with the car thing. What? No way. With like the whole shebang? There's no way. Is main power up good on bucket thing? Whatever. Let's go with it. That was the Mario 64 noise. I just heard it in my ear right now. So wait, are you done with the whole game right now, or just the modeling of the vampire car? The modeling, I guess I should say, the spriting / drawing / I don't know the correct terms. Why am I playing the soda slosher? You might be asking. Well, I got tired of the sloshy machine. I might as well play something kooky. This is a pretty kooky weapon, wouldn't you say? Pretty kooky. The car is done. Okay. I was gonna say, if you got done with the whole vampire car game in one sitting, that's you're too dangerous to be left alive. I definitely want to see what your interpretation of a vampire car is. I definitely want that. Yes. I'm just gonna be real defensive about it. About my choices. It's gonna try to make sure that boy is right, but that boy ain't right. Oh, Mel. I'm fine. Okay, we're fine. This is being kind of a nuisance. I'm just like kind of annoying them mildly. You know, it's kept me alive. And it's led to that kill, so I don't know, maybe we're doing something right. Maybe we're doing something right. Okay, we're doing it. We're not doing it. Oh, that's that's like a spooky car. I don't know. I guess I imagine vampire car. I just said that's a bit more kooky wacky, it's comedic. But I think it's kind of scary looking. It's like ominous. And then there's like an eyeless like Animal Crossing villager next to it. No, that's very grim. You're right. That's pretty grim. So it's pretty fitting with that theme, I think. The chat going on there. Well done, Benzano. You made me scared of a car. I don't know how to feel about this. That's the main character. You're right. The vampire car should be the main character. You're right. Girl, you're right. Who the hell do you think you are? I am. Yeah, there goes our lead. Oh, they were still there. I thought they swerved and curved on the other side of the planet. They did not. They did not swerve and or curve on the other side of the... Did that person go AFK? Why do people keep doing these? I ran out of ink. I'm back. Welcome back, Pizza Lord. The boingy boof is... Okay. It's messed up how you made a game called Vampire Car, but then the Vampire Car is the main character. It's like Kangaroo Jack all over again. Welcome back, Pizza Lord. We're discussing vampire cars. And vampire cars and how to ride them. Fear no evil. Except this evil I fear flings a lamel. Oh, that right there is why I don't like the flings. The fact that that happens and that it's not always an actual kill. That's what I don't like about that particular weapon right there. I saved your life. Thankful. Be humble. We're fine. I don't think we're going to get that far in the next couple of minutes. I'm just putting that out there. Oh, yeah, we didn't do it. I'm trying to add reflections on the car now. Oh, you're trying to turn on RTX Benzano. I can't believe you're turning on RTX on a Pixel 2D image. He's too dangerous to be left alive. Why'd I do better with the funny slasher than I did with the slashing machine? The sloshing machine. This week will be the last time watching your stream. Okay. Why is that? Are you formally distancing yourself from the ProtoZaru community? I'm thinking of doing the same. Are you cheating on me? You're cheating on me, aren't you? You have school next Monday. Oh, that'll do it. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, if you're still interested, there's always the VODs that I put on YouTube and stuff. But it's not the same. Well, I wish you luck there on that Pizza Lord. Whatever happens in your life, I guess. I don't know. It's goodbye day. Hated by night. I guess that's the same squid day. You know, well, you're no longer in school. I haven't been in several years, but you kind of forget that August is like associated with that. Like, I remember my first like time after graduation, I was like, I gotta get ready for school. But like, that's not really a thing anymore. And even when I went to college, it wasn't even really the same feeling. So now August is now a happy time of year and not a year I dread anymore. So there's that at least. That's one of the benefits of graduating is that you no longer associate August with with good times ending. So there's that at least. We're kind of kicking the crap out of these guys right now. My soul. How long is left of the stream? About 30 minutes. About another 30 minutes. We'll go. You remember hating August? Now you love it. Yeah, exactly. I now associate August with fall. And I enjoy fall more than summer because my skin doesn't burn off. Especially this summer because I was in constant danger of heat stroke. But I no longer am. Yay. Ow. But yeah, there's something kind of cathartic about seeing people on the internet like, oh my god, I'm back to school. Like, all I have is real life responsibilities now, which is more horrifying. At least school shopping isn't a thing anymore. I always hated that. Did that person push him with the ultra stamp? They could do that? They fly now? They fly now? First bomb. It's starting to get cold there. Yeah. Yes, same here. The past few weeks during the stream, I've been using a fan, but I didn't actually need that today. Today was actually like slightly chilly, which I'm cool with. I prefer that weather way over it being hot. Hot weather just makes me miserable. I can't understand the mindset that I've seen of people from like the south like, you call this hot? I'm like, yes, I do. I'm dying. Texas man. Yeah, don't actually. What is that person doing? School shopping still exists. Not for me, it don't. Oh, God. School shopping. These are changing colors now. I haven't noticed if they're where I live or not. I don't ever go outside. I don't think they aren't. I can't tell anymore because I don't have a tree outside anymore. I used to, but I don't now. There was a tree here. It's gone now. And now I have no way of knowing what time of the year it is. You can't stop me! Yes, you can. Shopping typo, yeah. Well, you see, I have, even though I'm no longer going to school, I have the mindset of a dumb kid because typos still make me laugh. If I see somebody type something wrong, I'm more than likely going to point it out because something about that gives me a case of the giggles. I don't know why. Lol, lamau, lol, lol, lamau. Yeah. Ooh, okay, we're doing it. First bomb rush. I hope it comes back as Splatoon 3. It's an underrated little gem, it is. It's an underrated little gem. Yeah, I know school shopping is still a thing that exists, but since I don't do it, I just don't think about it anymore. I don't think about like having to get new backpacks and worrying about the backpack I'm gonna have in school. Because I never use my backpack and carried around everything on my backpack. I never used my locker, I should say. I never use my locker, so I basically just give myself like insane back problems carrying around all my books and stuff in the backpack. That's probably gonna catch up with me later on in life. That right there, that's karma's really become collector debt with that one. That person had 10 tentamissiles. Oh my god, that must have been so annoying. Oh god, why is tentamissiles coming back in Splatoon 3? You're tired, but you have energy. How does that work? Ice machine. I guess I kind of understand. But that's another sign that I'm getting older, because when I'm tired, I just go to sleep. I see people going, I'm gonna stay up all night, and like, why? Why are you doing this to yourself? If I were to do that, then I would not be able to function the next day. I need to sleep even longer. So like, what's the point? It's all in your head, Luigi. Remember way back in middle school, we were forced to use string bags? Really? What for? I never had anything like that growing up. You're always not allowed to have strap. I had the strap pack that put on my back. And I would hide my Game Boy in sometimes because I'm a naughty boy. Played a lot of Pokemon at school. Well, let me tell you. Played a lot of Pokemon. Good times. And a lot of chess too, actually. I played chess during one of the periods I had in middle school. It was basically a free period where you could do like homework and stuff. But I never did homework. Not because I was like good at, doing my homework before school ended. It's just because I never did my homework. That's not a good habit, let me tell you. That'll I kind of barely scraped by graduating in school, but it was worth it all that time I played chess with my friends. That was good times. Now I'm terrible at chess. You guys see me play it on stream. I'm terrible at it now. I don't know. Maybe the old flame will come back. Maybe the old spirit will come back. What team are you being for this coming weekend? You're on Team Rock. I'm also on Team Rock. Oh, my friend. Yeah, I'm mostly doing it because Mega Man is named Rockman. That's literally the excuse I gave for going Team Rock, Team Rocket. There were multiple people there. But yeah, I'm also going for Team Rock. I'm pretty excited because that's gonna be my second Splatfest I ever do. It's gonna be my very second Splatfest I've ever had in my entire Splatoon career, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. You sneaked your GBA back in the day in high and middle school. Nice. What you used to play, if you don't mind me asking? Anything in particular? For me, it was like I said, it was always Pokemon, like either Fire Red or Emblem, or Fire Red or Emblem, Fire Emblem Pokemon. It's either Fire Red or Emerald. That's what I tried to say. When I had a DS, I never brought it to school because I was afraid of losing that. But I guess I didn't care that much about my Game Boy. Apparently. I cared about it. It's just that I guess I was more paranoid about it when the DS came around. I was not streaming last week. No, I'm not going to go into details, but there's kind of a lot of changes going on in my personal life. It's like nothing bad. It's good stuff, actually, but it's getting hectic. It's getting a little hectic where I live, and streams might be more sporadic going forward, but it's good stuff. It's going to be worth it in the end, I think. Yeah, that's kind of why, is that I'm kind of getting that kind of stuff situated, you know? Mario and Zelda, usually? Yes. Yes. Those Mario GBA games with the voice lines, oh my god. Just what I needed. I need to turn my voice quality down to, like, minimum if I want to get accurate to those games. Where you have Toad going, here we go! Oh god. I loved the awful voice lines in those GBA Mario games. Those awful compressed voice lines that were in there. Oh, those are the best. That's not what he sounds like. I don't think he even said that either. Skim. Crusty voices, yeah. Oh, mamma mia. Yeah, those are the best. I have vivid memories of those voice lines on the GBA Mario games. Oh man. Yeah, GBA had some pretty cool video games. It did. Even if a lot of them looked and kind of sounded like poop sometimes, but you know, it was mostly pretty cool. It's mostly a pretty cool little system. Oh, there's somebody on here. I didn't even realize. Yeah, Pokemon was always my go-to. I should be studying / socializing, but I'm playing my Game Boy Advance instead. That was my go-to. I'm sure if I was still in school, my go-to would probably be like SMT or something. I'd probably be one of the super like Sigma people that would just play like SMT Strange Journey during recess if I was still in school. I'd be the coolest kid around, truly. I guess maybe I'd be playing on the Switch. I assumed I'd be playing on the 3DS. I probably would. I still play my 3DS and take it places. It's a great system. Got some cool games. I hope my 3DS never dies, because I'd have to pay for a new one, and now that it's going out of print and stuff, it's already probably been out of print by now. I'm sure people will have a field day selling all their old 3DSs for really marked up prices. Can't wait for that. I thought you were younger than that. I thought you were at least 20 years old. I am. I'm over 20. I'm over 20. I'm not in school I'm not in any kind of school anymore. I'm not in school or college. I'm not gonna give you an exact age, but yeah, I'm definitely over 20. Remember getting a modded English version of Mother 1+2 and playing that a lot. Oh, that's awesome. The GBA and the GBA was real in 1980s. You think 19? The GBA didn't come out in the 1990s. That was like in the 2000s, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it came out in 2001 in Japan. I didn't play that in the... I was not alive in the 80s. And I was barely alive in the 90s. So yeah, that's the correct time frame. I'm not lying. You're too young to know about the GB and GBA, clearly. Yeah. Well, it was a pretty cool system. The only problem is that the first models didn't have a backlight. So every single game that came out on the GBA looked really washed out and oversaturated. It looked kind of terrible, actually, like playing emulated. But other than that, it's a pretty great system. I put a lot of hours into several Pokemon games and Mario and stuff on there. Fun times all around. There were games I wouldn't play until like later on in life, like Metroid or Fire Emblem. Stuff I wish I got into earlier. You know? There's a lot of good memories associated with that. Darn it. You know, people not knowing their console release dates. I know, how dare they? How dare they not know consoles they never played before? How dare they? Nah, I don't care. You're still in school, so yeah, makes sense. No, I'm more than that. I've come accustomed to the fact that I've talked about several things. We got it down to the 11 counts. I'm not like the oldest person ever. Like, I feel like a lot of the stuff I talk about was like so relatable. When it comes to like, you know, late early 2000s kind of kids, you know, that kind of stuff. But already on stream, I've talked about stuff that nobody has definitely ever heard of. That's in the chat, and nothing makes me feel like an older man than that. The fact that something that seems just so familiar to me. That it's just, oh god. You found that Joel is 29. Oh god, I'm older than Joel. No, I'm kidding. Makes sense. Joel was pretty young when he started streaming, wasn't he? I remember. He was just a young he was just a young lad when he first started streaming. So that checks out, I suppose. But enough getting parasocial. Mario's 40 years old and Peach is 19 and they're dating now. That's illegal. When has Peach been 19? Where are you getting these ages? You know what actually makes me feel like an old man? Is the fact that when Odyssey came out, they said that Mario's like in his 20s. There's a real chance that I'm older than Mario. And I hate that. Like, I thought like Mario would be like in his late 30s, early 40s, but no. He's apparently in his 20s. He's just a spry young lad. I'm just a bitter old man playing his video games. Oh god. Disgusting. I hate old people. Because I'm one of them. You're a few years younger than Joel. Yeah. Lamel. Joel. It's weird to think, like, kind of, sort of growing up in, like, an era where, you know, I watched a lot of people on YouTube. Seeing how a lot of the people I watched when I was younger, like, people like Jarma, Vine Sauce, and, you know, like, a lot of the OGs that were on YouTube, a lot of them are getting close to their, like, 40s now. And that kind of blows my mind a little bit. It's kind of inspiring that, you know, no matter how old they get, they're still, you know, doing what they enjoy. But it's weird. It's also weird realizing that there are people out there. There are people I watch on YouTube who I'm older than. And that makes me feel weird. Like I found out I think I'm pretty sure I'm older than Simple Flips. Like I'm barely older than Simple Flips, and that freaks me out. It freaks me out that I look at the Simple Flips like, oh my god, I'm older than that guy. Oh god. You're younger than Mario, and I hacked into your Nintendo files, so that's how he's 40. You hacked into, I thought you said you hacked into my Nintendo files. Like, not my Nintendo files. That's how he's 40. Peach 1920. Oh, I see. It's doing the Nala method of making things up. Gotcha. I'm not older than Mario. I am. I'm pretty sure I'm slightly older than Mario because he's in his like he's like in his 20s. That would have been amazing if I broke that. Vinny is 38. Yeah, I think so. It's getting old. We're all getting old. Oh well, who cares? It always does kind of catch me out of left field when like Vinny talks about like old man stuff. Like, my back broke the other day. Like, dude, you're like 18 years old. It's like, no, that boy is an old Italian man. Crazy to think. You remember when he was a wee lad? I don't think Vinny was ever a wee lad. I think he was born like an old Italian plumber. Like, hey, Mario. You see, Luigi, in 9 months, a little bambino covered in prosciutto pops out. Nintendo is lying to everyone. It's a conspiracy. Mario is in his 40s. Mario drinking a 40 from the death basket. I really wish I didn't say he was in his 20s because that just hurts my... Hello, Mario. There comes Luigi with the heaping helping of informaciones. Hello, Mario. The little like sigh he does. Hello, Mario. That's what makes it. That's what truly makes it, that video. Hello, Mario. You know, for the longest time, I thought Vinny made that. I didn't know that was like an actual like PSA that they aired on TV. I thought Mario, or not Mario. I thought Vinny was the person who created Hello, Mario. He was not. I'm pretty sure he wasn't anyway. I don't know what's real anymore. Oh, hello, Mario. You're dead. Hello, Mario. Next thing gonna be telling me that Donkey Kong is like 6 years old. Don't believe Nintendo's lies. I'm gonna make a clickbait video. Nintendo has lied to you. It's gonna show like that sad Mario that every Nintendo is dying article uses. Your eyes feel like rocks. Hello, Numu. Are you also getting old like me and Benzano? We're a couple of old men just talking about how old we are right now. Is that this? Are you going through the same thing currently, Numu? You're getting old, Proto. I'm also getting old, Benzano. Back in my day, when the game was the game. I beat this game in one life in under an hour. My teeth are falling out. I gotta go retrieve them. I sound... You know what? When I get old, I hope I sound like a stereotypical old man. Like, I hope I sound like Peppy from Star Fox Adventures. Hey, Fox! Can you put my catheter back in, please? I hope that's what I sound like. You're becoming more like your father. Dad. Did I get sound like Peppy from Star Fox Adventures? Hey, Fox. What does it mean when the stick has a plus sign on it? Never mind. It means you're pregnant, Peppy. That's what Star Fox sounds like. Whoa, you're pregnant, Peppy. Whoa. He's just Sonic. Diddy Kong is like 10. You're not old. You got older in like 2 weeks, though. You're literally 2 years old. Oh, no, Mo. You're already old and jaded. How on earth did I get so jaded? Life's mystery seems so faded. You're on a wrong way on a one-way track, Numu. You're becoming more like your father. I know. Star Fox quotes are always applicable. You could always say a good Star Fox quote and it'll probably make somebody laugh out there. It'll make me laugh. Daddy screamed real good when he died. Still the best line in any Nintendo game, let me tell you. Daddy screamed real good. Okay, we're fine. Real good. You're in your early mid-20s. Old. You thought you were God. Does God have a dad? I mean, Jesus Christ had Jesus. So I guess anything's possible. Did I get my lore right? I think I did. You're still in your young years. Well, someday this will happen to you. I hate my life. Why is that, ma'am? Honey, I've been a horse. I've been a horse. You good? Never mind. Never mind. Just go watch Elliot Goes to School if you want to see the end of that joke. That's what I call a joke cliffhanger. Go watch Elliot Goes to School because I'm not saying. I've been a slut since the Holocaust. Yeah. I hate myself. Maybe it's time for the Holy Ghost to come say hi to me. Someday the Holy Ghost will free them from the grave. I forgot about Jesus Christ. Exactly. Jesus Christ. He's don't let them. How about we don't lose at the last second? Have you right about that one? Please, fellas, please. Fellas. I hope my Splatoon team will be at my funeral so that they can let me down. They can let me down one last time. To be fair, I also haven't been killing anybody. But I gotta make the funny jokes. Money don't grow on trees. The Splatoon ranked experience. Exactly. I just need one of my Splatoon teammates to put my catheter back in because I can't do it myself because I'm old and I got like arthritis, dementia. I'm the final stage of everywhere at the end of time. I'm the final stage where it's just spouting white noise and nothing makes sense. That's me right now. And I'm making jokes about it. Not because I think it's funny, but because it actually horrifies me and I don't like thinking about it. Gaming sucks. I want to be like one of those cool guys that age cool. Like you see in like like, you know, like shows and stuff. You see like the old guys, those cool old guys. They like have guns and swords and stuff. I want to be like that, but I'm gonna be the old man that's playing freaking Smash Brothers 10 in the retirement home. I teched that, grandson. I teched that. I swear. He's like, shut up, granddad. I'm playing Call of Duty. It's 57. That album was something. That album is horrifying. Everywhere at the end of time is like legit. Probably the one of the like those upsetting things I've ever listened to. Like I just felt awful after hearing it. Because that's a big fear of mine, legitimately, is losing your memories. Because all we are is the presence of memory. It's all we are and all we'll ever be. Could it be? I rearrange those lyrics so that it becomes Memento Mori from Redvox. That's what I was going for. But yeah, the idea of like, you just become like a shell who can't even remember any of your own past experiences. That's legitimately terrifying to me. I really feel for anyone that had whose family or had to deal with that. Legit, actual like cosmic horror right here. It's like forgetting that you even existed. Well, everyone that's known you is left to know otherwise. Actual like horror material right there. Next stream, he used blasters. Did you already do the blasters? I already did some blasters, but sure, I'll do some blasters. Why not? I kind of run out of stuff to play. I played every weapon at this point. So yeah, I'd be down to play some blasters on Wednesday. Why not? I don't know what I'd play though. Your memories are your life, exactly. Like I feel like if you don't remember anything, then like you're not even living. You can't remember who you are, what you're even doing there, anything you've experienced, then there's nothing. Fun conversation we're having. Ow! Proto hacks in the Splatoon and plays it early. Yeah, Wednesday all day. Guys, Splatoon 3 gameplay. Whoa! Now do with a funny picture that the internet thinks is comedy gold of the two guys with beards pointing. It's pure comedy gold considering how many people in the Splatoon community alone have used that image. Comedy bronze, more like, oh. Maybe I'll Kens's weapon or Sheldon picks. I guess I could do like a theme night. That's an interesting idea. I think maybe, I don't know. Or maybe I could just go back to doing the old-fashioned wheel. I haven't done that in a while. I'd like to do it one more time before two is over. I like to do another roulette before Splatoon 2 is out the door. I forgot today's Monday. Maybe you're losing your memory. It's not exact. I don't think that's exactly how that works. It's more like you can't remember literally anything. Well, you know, it progresses. It starts off simple, and there's a whole album about it. It's amazing. The theme is pick ink brush. Oh, I hate you, Numu. I've done that before, and I needed a shower afterwards. I needed a shower afterwards. After I did the ink brush night because I felt so disgusting. You took Tuesday and Friday off for work. Guess why? Why is that? Why is that, ma'am? Oh, yeah. I can see why. Yeah. You might play Slosher with triple ink strike. That's gonna be interesting. Yes, Splatoon 3. Although you got the wrong. You're off on Saturday, right? Because if you aren't, then you royally messed up. Because the Splatfest is only for one day, right? It starts and ends on the same day. Pretty sure, anyway. Sorry. No, that's fine. I'm excited for it too. I'm ready to play it when it comes out. Yeah, you're off Saturday. Okay, good. I was gonna say, if you like schedule that very poorly, I'd feel really bad. One day, yeah. Okay, good. I thought I was everywhere at the end of time. I'm sorry. Didn't you miss me? It's fun hearing the other like different like fan projects people have made of that. Like people had different interpretations of the same basic idea. Like I saw one that was basically the exact same idea, but it was more of a kind of a sci-fi approach. It sounded like more space agey type music. It was kind of interesting. And then there was Everywhere at the End of Time, but it's Minecraft, and it's just like familiar Minecraft songs that slowly degrade. It's a cool project. It's a really cool idea. I just wish it didn't make me feel like dying, you know? But yeah, I think that'll do it for today. The shifts are 4 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., so you barely get sleep. That sounds I don't know about that because you've talked about your sleeping habits before, and that kind of cringe. Not kidding. Okay, that's gonna that'll be enough Splatoon for the day. Thank you all so much for coming out today. Benzano, Pizza Lord, Numu, all you crazy people. Oh no, you saw that I had Splatoon 3 early. Oh no. But anyway, yeah, thanks for hanging out today. Splatoon 2. Happy to be back. I'm glad to be back streaming. I really miss it a lot when I don't do it. Coffee sustains you, but for how long will coffee sustain you? So yeah, tomorrow we're playing Cult of the Lamb. I'm turning a Twitch support, so I hope you guys will be able to play that. I don't know how if it works on mobile or not, so I guess we'll see. But yeah, have a good rest of your night, and tomorrow we teach ourselves to be a cult. Goodbye. Good to be back. I don't even know if you heard that. I didn't. Oh god, I should really check to see if that still works.